I? You don't have to submit questions. I didn't say it was a Q&A stream. I just said I'd be talking about my video. What happens every time I make a main channel video is I go through what I call like the hindsight period. Where like people will correct. I don't know about correct, but they'll like point out stuff I missed or I should have talked about, and I just go like, fuck! I should have said that. So I have a lot of like afterthoughts on the video. I won't like drown the whole stream with it, but you can expect a lot of that. Sorry, I'm just getting set up. SR is on, and I'm gonna be doing a relatively short Minecraft server test. For those that don't know, the next season starts tomorrow, and it's going to be Pixelmon with a couple of other mods thrown in. It's any subs that want to play, you can do it. The instructions are in the Discord. It's a long song. It's a nice song, but it's very mellow. Anyways, yeah. So I want to jump on the server for a bit. I advocate the subs that want to play on it jump on, because it'll be like maybe 10 or 20 minutes. And we just kind of want to run some analytics on how well the server holds up, so we don't have, you know, issues. Again, I think I have SR on. Capture's working. I'll talk about the video in a little bit. I don't want to do it while I'm, like, trying to get this stream set up. This is the first thing. That is loud. Fuck, that is loud. It's not my taste in music, but I'll allow it. I did hear the new King Gizzard song. It was very... See, I've talked a lot about how I feel like we're in an 80s throwback year. Like, everyone's just covering 80s songs. And King Gizzard's new song, I feel like it has 80s influences, but instead of it being, you know, generic, like, clean 80s, it's like, sort of like the dirty underbelly of 80s, but in a cool way. Okay, I'll talk about King Gizzard in a bit. What is this music? I feel dirty listening. I know, I feel too squeaky clean. Like I'm a YouTuber. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm gonna skip that. No offense, Barcode. You need to change the game? Is it still set to just chatting? I'm not just chatting, guys. I mean, I admittedly am chatting, but that's not the game. Okay, it should be set up. So, I have TMI open. This is Pixelmon. I get to pick my starter. Well, I could go off my favorite starter, which is Cyndaquil, or I could make myself try something different. I'm playing through what is it? Ruby right now on my what is it? My roommate's Game Boy Advanced. So, I'm almost tempted to go with what did I have? I think I had Mudkip. I feel like this should be a sub-vote. It's a server test, it doesn't matter. I'm doing Chespin. Hold on. My settings completely reset, so I gotta, like, do quick math on this. Okay. Wow, you guys have already gotten started. You have the repose sign up. You have Skullmaster standing in front of me. I have a severe lack of sound. This is perfect. It should be like Minecraft now. Alright, the technical stuff's out of the way. I'm good. So yeah. Hello. Hello, Sealger. I think I have VSync on? It feels like I have VSync on, but I know it's not. Only one stack, please. Okay, these are the Pokemon. So there's, like, issues. We have Biomes Aplenty on, right? But it fucks with the apricorn spawning, which is used for Pokeballs. So we kind of have to, like, make our own solution, which apparently is just a bunch of Ultra Balls in a chest. I know we don't have to, but we'll get something more properly set up. Can you go one stream without this? Koja Mojo? Does this count? There, you wanted to ask about the King Gizzard? Here you go.
I'm fishing for
yeah, right now I'm just trying to check not maintenance, but I'm trying to test server performance. So if we can keep like, did I just hear a chimchar? It was so tiny. So I'm just gonna be playing for a little bit. I'm not gonna get too, you know, ankle deep into the Pixelmon because I want to go into it not blind, but relatively new when the season starts. And this being oh god, that's gonna get so annoying. How do I turn how do I turn off the Pokemon voices? The Pokeballs are for the test. We won't give them out. That's what I assumed. I can't deal with that. Oh shit, is that a starry... It's from Gen 4. I don't know the name. Ow? Sealger has a darker eye. Okay. Actually, there's two parts to this, so if you couldn't tell, we have... My sensitivity is like jumping. But we have Biomes of Plenty on, which I feel like the... What is it? The vanilla... what is it? Biomes are pretty weak, so it's a nice addition. No, I had that off. Probably something I'll have to fix off stream, but it's not the end of the world. Thanks, Awo, and sub. Accept a battle with Skullmaster. He has 4 Pokemon. Sure. I feel like this gets in the way. I don't know how to close this. Vine Whip. Staraptor. That's it. Oh, I'm sorry. Staravia. It's one of those. It's in that line. Control O. Thank you. I might actually do this. He threw out his 1 weak Pokemon against me. The Mudkip. A very tiny one. I feel like... Oh, shit. Closed out. I wanted to, like, lower my FOV so I could actually see what's happening. Oh, I grew a level. Tell everyone on stream, the Biomes of Plenty dirt doesn't work with the plants from Pixelmon, but everything else works. Biomes of Plenty biomes that use default Minecraft. I think what Sealger is saying is, if you want to plant apricots, then it has to be on the default dirt. It can't be on the mod biomes. So if you run by normal grass, grab some, put it in your pocket, then you can put it wherever you stay. I love the Sinnoh Pokemon. If I had to pick my favorite gen of designs, probably Gen 3. I feel like a lot with Gen 3 stuck with me. I feel like Gen 2 is my, like, mental image of Pokemon visually, like, design-wise, but I also really like some of 3. Well, my Chespin fainted. Fuck! My Pokemon's dead. Anyone want to trade it? I think we'll have to wait for that. Oh shit, a level 22. If I can just aim, I'll try to catch it. Oh, it's so weird seeing the giant Pokemon turn at me. I caught it. First Ultra Ball. Guys, I got Eradicate. Of course it's a mouse. I'm sure I won't hear the end of that. Oh, hold on. I gotta even it out with the flying type. Saying the original map pack didn't work. Yeah, I would have liked to do like a D&D type pack, but I think if I'm going to do that, it'll require a third-party host server, just because of like Sealger's internet cannot handle the input. But honestly, I don't know. I'm not thinking that far ahead. I just want to focus on this. Gen 4 is my favorite because of Groudon. Should I tell him, or does someone else want to? Alright, I'm kind of just using this to explore the chunks. I guess we'll get the server like 10 minutes or so, just to like run. I guess everyone can just walk with me. You can also just, I don't know, build something pretty at spawn. It wasn't the internet, the server was lagging out. I just needed to make a better designed mod pack and stuff along that line. I mean, if it can't handle the mod pack, the default mod pack, then it seems like it's an issue out of our hands regardless. You proud of yourself, Spoopy? What even is that? That's like one of those weirdly named, where it's like Yveltal or something. Like has a Y and a V in it. That's the generation where I start getting lost. Evental? Was I close at least? Ever seen QC Doom Edition? QC Doom Edition? Someone like make a custom map? Doesn't sound familiar to me. But I can kind of get the gist. Oh, it's close. How about that? Nice. Dude, I like the minor plant additions to the biomes. I don't know what they give if I break them, but it's better than all grass. Does Game Freak ever, like, officially explain why there's... I guess they don't have to explain. But it seems like there's an electric mouse in every region that has nothing to do with Pikachu. Incidentally. Alright, Raticate, use Hyper Fang. What are your opinions on Piranha Plant? I don't know. I think I played like one CPU match to test it. I plan on playing it today to get my opinions. I can't see the battle because of the trees, but I can kind of get an idea. Seems like I'm stomping as... Oh shit. It hit me back. Oh, I know that drum line. My school banned Halo CE recently, and it's sad because it was so fun, and I was the best at it. They banned... I feel like they would have had it, like, blacklisted regardless, though, right? So it's kind of a matter of time. When I was a kid, like, they didn't allow it. We had to, like, go through proxies. Whoa. I plan on talking about the movement shooter stuff a lot more during Smash. I just don't really want to do it here while I'm trying to pay attention to these mods. But it's weird that they banned that. Oh, Sealger, I was in the middle of catching a Pokemon. The Lugia? Every time I see a legendary, I assume it's someone else's. This does not seem like the native biome of a Lugia. I can't even catch it. I think he's dead. Nope. Just catch it. I'm trying, man. This is pretty, like, anticlimactic catching. I won't complain. It's more about the battle, but... It's not even, like, sparkles. Though I do have music turned off. That's fair. You have to throw it horizontally? Ah. If people would stop picking up my Pokeballs, I might be able to. Maybe I should... You can't catch a Pokemon that's battling... Who are battling in another battle. Ah. Someone made claim to it, it would seem. Oh my god, I didn't think it was that bright. Double Lugia. Lugia spawns. Actually, the proper name is Silver. Someone will get that. Wait, was it named Silver? There's a Pokemon movie where there was like a baby Lugia. I think he was named Silver. Level 70. Yeah, I can do this. But I don't know if that was canon. The baby Lugia. Maybe my level 15 Bunnelby can catch it. This'll work. What version of Minecraft is this? Oh, it's 1.14. It's the new update coming out. Duh. It's spaced out, but I also have my HUD turned to normal minimized, so it's pretty tiny. But coming from like TF2 where everything's around the crosshair, yeah, it's noticeably like far away. Oh my god, I've run out of usable Pokemon. Your punishment is a seizure. One of those should catch it, right? It's only level 70. I caught fucking Reshiram with a Pokeball at full health. I can catch a Lugia. I can actually hit it. You catch when you can ride it. I mean, I caught up on that. I saw the soldier from TF2 riding a Pokemon, so I get the gist. By the way, it's not going to be this, like, frivolous when the season starts. We're not going to give everyone Ultra Balls and spawn Lugias. This is mostly just testing everything. Ow. You killed it, Silger. You murdered the Lugia. Oh, you can collect pieces. I don't need those. Someone has a building. Captain Sparkles doesn't sing this, by the way. I think someone else caught the others. There's just a bunch of Lugias flying around, that's fine. I wouldn't call this... I was gonna, like, walk into the grotto, but it's empty. It's just doors. Yeah, my controls are totally fucked. Nice Flygon. I'll catch it. Is there secret caves with legendaries? I can't answer that. Oh. I don't like the Pokemon that sound like children. Instead of, you know, a bug. I like the Movement Shooters video. Thanks, Dork Cube. I worked on it. Well, I caught a Flygon. I don't know how to fly it, though. Press arrow keys to select it, then R to throw. You sent out Flygon. Flycon is gone. It looks so stupid. There we go. I get the idea. Yeah, this is perfect. This is what I wanted. See, this is the season. Let's just start off with this. I got a Flygon. What will be the server rules if I recreate Team Rocket and steal people's Pokemons? If you can do it, then I won't stop you. As long as you, like, you have to roleplay. You can't just steal people's Pokemon and say you're Team Rocket. You have to, like, wear shitty disguises and then announce whenever you're caught. In that case, I'll allow it. Oh man, this is gonna push the world generation a lot. If people push it. Nice build. I don't know if that's like a witch hut or someone's house. Whoops. Bad landing. Please stop talking. Okay. Sealger, seem like the server's holding up.
Need money?
I haven't noticed like stuttering or anything.
Is this season Pokemon? I am so hyped.
That's the idea. Although people will inevitably hard grind while I'm off stream and then kick my ass. But I'm welcome to it. My eyes feel dehydrated, if that makes sense. They feel dry. So if you see me, like, doing this the whole stream, that's why. People have definitely been building. Teal album's a meme? Yeah. I don't hold it against them. It's like I kind of expected them to do it, to be honest, but I don't know. It's more so that the Black Album was probably delayed that rubs me the wrong way. Like, I don't have anything against the album itself.
Mommy Muslim.
I agree, get you. 100% I agree. Spoopy's house. Ah. You got the whole shindig here, don't you? I'm not into Kingdom Hearts, so 3 doesn't, like, jump out at me. Happy for you if it's out. No, I don't need a waypoint. Okay. It seems like it's holding up with this amount, which I assume is like maybe 10 or 15 players. And being like heavily modded, I can't imagine the server will go over like maybe 20 or 25, if even. Sealter, is there anything specifically you guys wanted to like try and push the server on? Because if it looks like it's good, I may conclude it. Wanted to see it working? Okay. Only like 10 mods? Yeah. I get what you mean. Alright, well, the server holds up, so I'd call it a rounding success. The SR has been full of... well, this. One last battle? Sure. I've got a level 50. Nothing can beat me. Except TNT, that could beat me. Please don't kill my Pokemon. Okay. Look, he's very proud of himself. Should I Hyper Beam this mine? Would that be overkill? I think a slap will do. Yeah, I'm gonna Hyper Beam. I think it's a good call. 20 creepers. That's seems fine. Do they get... they're attacking the Pokemon. Well, what an intense battle against your level 10s. You really brought me a challenge. Thank you. Pitiful. I'm just waiting for him to have, like, the level 81 Pikachu at the end of his party. I don't call it crazy. Is Mr. Krabs walking? Because that's what this sounds like. Like a down-pitched Mr. Krabs walk. Oh, shit. Yeah, we're restarting tomorrow. This isn't the server itself. This was just a test. Thanks, Lime. Lime Crime. Sure. I'm just trying to get this over with, honestly. That works too. That gets it over with. Good fight. That concludes the Minecraft server test. I don't know if I would call that a legal move, but I can't really do anything about it. I'm gonna pull up Smash Ultimate and play a little bit. I'm thinking I may do like classic mode as Plant. And if I have time, do some online matches. So... nah. Here. I'll play Mute City, and I'll be back in a minute when it's all set up. My entire computer crashed. Don't know why. It was running fine, and then the song ended, and my computer fell to like 1 FPS. And the problem was I muted it while the song was playing. So while the stream was probably up with low frames, I couldn't like explain it. Because you straight up could not hear me. And the problem is, my capture isn't working when it was working before. So I gotta fix that now. I mean, as long as the stream doesn't crash again, it's a win in my books, right? The stream went down. Yeah, I was there for it. I mean, at this point, I'm not even I'm so like just annoyed with everything breaking that if I can't get this capture working, then I'm just gonna turn this into a podcast stream. I'll just talk about movement shooters for another 30 minutes because I can't. I'm too mad to try and get this working. Too many fucking afternoons spent trying to fix this shit. I have like a Google Doc open too with like all the points I want to talk about. I was planning to just like play Plant and Classic and talk about it, but that's not even an option now. Because I think the computer crashing like threw off my capture card, and I could probably get it working, but it would take a bunch of setting changes, which I don't want to do. Hold on. Let me get the Google Doc open. And I'll do a Radcast live with chat Q&A. Don't okay classic? What do you mean? You mean like do or don't? See, I had like, you know how fucking certain I was that my capture wouldn't work? I already had this scene pre-planned with like the text in the middle because I fucking knew. Sub only. Well, I mean, I can't really stop non-subs, right? Don't care, not Minecraft. I can't argue with that. Hold on, I gotta set it to like, is just chatting an IRL category? Or should I do talk show? Can I do just chatting if I put my webcam on? What if I just show like, hold on. What if I just did like, why is it frozen? I promise I'm moving my mouth, guys. Don't believe it. This is an after image. If I just if it's frozen, does that count as just chatting? Can I put it as just chatting with a frozen webcam? I gotta change the stream name to not be Plant Ultimate. Just animate your name. You guys want me to break out the black oval again? It's been like a year since I made that joke. So I'm probably allowed to do it again. Hold on, I don't have the Streamlabs. Okay, now the subs should show. Hold on, I'll see if I can fix it. Yeah, it just like totally nut busted on me. Everything broke. Put the anime girl? No. I don't want to set that up. It's too much work. Okay, I mean, that's right, but it's missing half of my head. That's good enough. That's good enough, right? Does this count as just chatting now? Yeah, my computer just fucking broke, guys. I don't know what to tell you. It's not, I don't even know why I'm like partially green, but I kind of like it. It almost makes me look like I have like production value on this stream. Yeah. I like it better below it. Hold up. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Hold on, I need to get the fucking dock open. So, like I said at the beginning of the stream, every time I upload, I always have like the hindsight moment where it's like, fuck! I should have talked more about that. The webcam is square. That's Minecraft. Yes, thank you for contributing. So, if you didn't see my video on movement shooters, you might be confused about what I'm talking about, but I'll try to like keep it open. So, I want to address some stuff that I got asked about the video. A lot of people were like, upset I didn't talk about Titanfall 2, but I barely played Titanfall 2, and I don't want to try and talk about a game that I haven't played, because that's how you misrepresent it, and that's how you get people mad pissed at you because you misrepresented their game, and I didn't want to do that, so I glossed over it. Warframe, a lot of people were asking about, where they're like, that's a movement shooter, but Warframe is a third-person shooter, technically. I think it's PvE-oriented. I haven't played Warframe, so I can only go off of what I've heard. But it doesn't seem like it's PvP-based. What's up, Thomas? You're on stream.
I'm on stream. What game are you playing on stream?
No game. I'm just talking.
Oh, do you want to play Smash right now, dude? I'm at Jared's place. I'm the only one here. I'm booting up Smash on his Switch, dude. Literally to only call you and say, do you want to play Smash right now? I
literally can't get my capture working, which is why I'm just talking. I was trying to get Smash up.
Oh, you gotta be kidding
It's
me.
literally why I'm not playing it, because it wouldn't work.
Alright, well how about we play Smash anyway, and then you can just shoutcast it and it'll be an experience.
I can't. What do you mean? I can't show it, and I'm streaming.
I'm not. Why don't you make a stand and stream on your new phone? Because your phone's better than mine, and you can definitely stream from that.
Because that's ratchet as fuck, and I would just rather.
But then you can also like face cam stream at the same time if you set it up.
It's a good idea, but I'm gonna have to give it a hard no, Thomas.
So you're saying you don't want to play Smash with me?
It's not that I don't want to play Smash with you. It's that I don't want to play Smash using my phone as a capture card.
Have you tried restarting your computer?
Yep.
Ah, shit. Well, I'm out of ideas. Did you unplug and everything, plug back in?
Thomas, I've been around the block. I've tried what I know.
I know, man. I'm just asking, dude. I'm not there, so.
Okay. Well, I hope you have fun on Smash. I can't play right now.
It's alright, man. We can play later. Good luck.
Alright. Back at you. Later.
See you, dude.
That was my roommate. Where was I? Warframe is a third-person shooter, so it doesn't really fall into what I was talking about. Also, I don't play it, so same thing. I'd be misrepresenting it. Rainbow Six Siege technically has more movement mechanics than rappelling, I'll admit. If you count, like, leaning, you can lean left to right. I knew about that, but I didn't feel like it was worth mentioning. But to be fair, that is a form of movement. Plus, there's, like, hatches, so there's, like, multiple levels of a house. And apparently, like, there's actually a problem where a lot of people in Rainbow think there's too much movement in the game. But it wasn't really relevant to what I was talking about, which is why I didn't mention that. There are different types of speeds. Well, there you go. There's even more information. I could really only talk about what I'm familiar with. Quake Champions. My video was like 10 minutes long, but I cut down at least 2 minutes of talking shit about Quake Champions. And I like Quake Champions. But, like, okay, the netcode, I mean, everyone knows, like, there's bad netcode on it, right? Unregistered shots and stuff. Performance is really bad. You need, like, a decent PC or it fucking won't run. Also, ultimates, I kind of glossed over this, but the main problem about balancing with classes is ultimates, right? It's not really, you know, a skill environment when someone who has an ultimate can get a free kill. And everyone has different ultimates in that game, which is why I didn't really bring it up, because not all of them are mobility based. But that's another issue. I like Quake Champions. I think if Quake Champions ran well and, you know, was, I mean, I I don't keep up with the hardcore scene, so I don't know what their opinion of balance of the classes themselves are. But I think in a best case scenario, I could at least enjoy Quake Champions the same way I did early Overwatch. But like the netcode and performance, there's just so many issues that hold it back. Yeah, dude, literally when I was trying to record footage for the video, I probably wasted like 5+ minutes just waiting for the game to open. Like I would literally have to open it and then I'd go like get some water. It would take so long. What do you think of Super Hot? Super Hot's, I mean, I haven't played it. I've seen like VR of it, which I think is really cool. That seems like a good VR game. I don't feel like that really applies to movement shooter, although I guess it's movement, but you know, when I say movement shooter, I'm talking about like jump mechanics, like rocket jumps and teleports and stuff. Whereas that's a lot more, from what I've seen, sort of like grounded in reality. But I haven't played it, so maybe there's more to it. Why didn't you just rip stream VODs like Sky Noon? For what, Quake Champions? Well, for one, I can get, at least when I have Quake Champions open, I can find a match. It takes fucking 7 minutes, but I can at least get a match eventually. And I wanted to get like the highest quality footage I could. And I think my only existing streams were like sub 720p. So I just elected to record more of it. Favorite Death Grips album? I don't know what the name of the one... What's like their breakout, like the Get God album? I don't keep up hard with Death Grips, but the one Get Got's off of. Are you wearing lipstick? No. 6 months ago, you said you wanted Gungeon. I bought you a copy only for a couple days. You said you had it since 2016. Play it or give me back my money. I'm sorry, I literally didn't know I owned it until 2 days ago. I could get, why did you donate $5 to tell me to give you your money back? Now, even if I give you your money back, it'll just break even. Like, you could have just not donated, and we'd be in the same situation. Yeah, I'll give you your money back. I'll give you the $5. Okay, I had more written down. Sky Noon. Yeah, the main problem, like, a big part of it was marketing, right? It wasn't marketed very much, but, like, also, there's not very much progression in the game. Like, it's not like TF2 where you can, like, put hats on, right? There's not a single player to play. It doesn't really get that much developer support, but you could also kind of say that's because the game is dead. Like, if the game was played more, maybe it would have support. It only came out, like, in December, so I'm not writing it off as dead. I think Sky Noon could pull something, I don't know what, to maybe build a scene. But, like, it's a fun game. It's just, like, unfortunate circumstances. Also, I liked Lawbreakers. I talked about Lawbreakers for, like, a minute and a half in the video, but I cut that down, too, just because it's, like, what can I say about Lawbreakers that people don't already know? I can shit on Cliff Blazinski for 20 seconds. I can shit on, like, you know, sci-fi shooter, but I just like cut it down because I feel like people get the idea. But I like Lawbreakers. I don't want people to think I didn't like it. Do you plan on doing a video on fighting games? No, but there's one channel I think called Core A that does like essays on fighting game stuff, and I like that channel. So you won't get it from me, but there are decent sources to get that kind of stuff. When's your Pokemon video? Stay tuned. I'm thinking that might be the next one. I generally work on one video at a time, so like I just finished this one, and I think I've ruminated the Pokemon video enough that I can like write it out. I want to do like a lot of, not a lot, but I want to try and use Source Filmmaker for the Pokemon video because there's a lot of like the Sun and Moon models ripped, and I think I could do something clever with that. So that'll probably be in like a month or so. What do you think of Stick Fight the game? I haven't played it, but I know what you're talking about. I guess I'm indifferent. Also, yeah, Core A is cool. Favorite Pokemon game gen? My all-time favorite's Crystal, but my like childhood favorite is probably
I'm
Emerald.
fishing for Bowser's cock.
I still have a couple more points to get through on the movement mechanic stuff, so don't push me on Pokemon right now. Thanks, Sneaky. Paladins. So I had a couple people mention in the comments that Paladins actually started growing more after they nerfed the mobility. I kind of glossed over that too in the video for time, but like, I feel like you could get an idea of what happened. Like, early on in Paladins, there was a lot of mobility options, and they really reeled it back. But, incidentally, the numbers kind of started climbing. Like, let's look up the Steam stats for Paladins right now. Steam stats, Paladins, and see the numbers. I'm guessing probably like 17k players right now. 15k an hour ago, which is like, for a Steam game, like, that's fair. That's top 30. I might be able to find it on, like, the all-time charts. Let me look. 15,000 players. It's not listed, but the number would be around, like, 22? 22. I guessed it, but that's decent. So that kind of feeds into the point I was getting at, which is that when you like simplify a game's movement, it has a lot more commercial viability. I think someone said something that really like I wish I had thought of, where they said everyone just wants immediate gratification with their movement. They don't want to take the time to learn deep mechanics. They just want to be able to like, they just want to like have, I don't know, they don't want to think about it too much, and they want immediate gratification with learning the movement. And that's, I wish I could have come up with that. I would have said it. What headset is this? MX50s? I've had them for like 4 years. Honestly, like, I should probably replace them at this point, but they've lasted me well. Did you see Shammy's video? Yeah, I have. I actually, like, there was one point that he said that, like, really, like, stuck out to me. He talked a bit about the hypermobility, too, and that was kind of what got me, like, that was, like, that partially made me want to, like, mention Paladins for the old hypermobility stuff. Shammy has some great videos. Like, he does, like, the super in-depth review things. And that kind of inspired me for that. When's the OSRS stream? We'll find out. If my capture card breaks next stream, then I'll do it next stream. Okay, a couple more things. Overwatch. So, you know how I talked about, for those that like didn't see the video, Genji used to have a dash where you could, he could dash at a certain ledge at a certain angle, and it would make him fly in the air. For you TF2 heads, it was pretty much the Overwatch equivalent of trimping. Similar to like Brigitte had something like that, where she could like slam on a ramp and go flying. It was basically trimping. Like, fundamentally, it's the same idea, right? You break the engine for mobility. Blizzard has always just had, like, they've always fixed their bugs that they don't think are intentional. They don't have the same philosophy as, like, Valve, where if it's not intentional but it's a cool ability, they'll keep it. Blizzard just, like, I feel like there's a word for it, but they have, like, a policy where they get rid of it. So, to be fair, I'm, like, it's not like they don't know that there's some actual usage for it, but I think, like, they kind of were like, it feeds into the same thing, where they want Overwatch to be accessible at every level. Pride? Yeah, you could say that. I mean, it's just, like, it just feeds into Overwatch being the squeaky clean movement of the movement shooter of, like, today's market, where it's, like, what you see is what you get. They don't want any deeper surface stuff. And some people like that. I think for me, there are more downsides than good. But I'm not gonna, like, pretend to tell people what they should and shouldn't like. Like, I loved Overwatch when it first came out. It just didn't really update the way I wanted it to. Competitive for casuals? In a sense, the idea is that you make competitive less daunting for new players, you know? If you can learn a hero quickly and get comfortable with it, you're more likely to start playing competitive. If you're playing a Quake game, you're not gonna fucking play competitive.
Like
Thanks.
the new vid. Heart.
I still need to change that sub sound, but thank you, Gaia. When I was collecting footage for Quake Champions, I tried playing competitive a few times, and I at least know Quake Champions a little bit. But the only people playing Quake Champions competitive are diehards. And, you know, I'm not a diehard Quake fan. I didn't grow up on it. I got introduced to it later. So I'm not even near the same level as these people. I got fucking destroyed. So, like, playing a game, waiting 5 minutes for a match, and then getting destroyed, it makes you not want to play it. Overwatch doesn't have that issue. You get quick load times, and even if you're up against a really good player, you at least have a couple of tools that can maybe get you a win. You know, if you're up against a god like Genji, if you have, I don't know, if you have your fucking, I'm trying to think of an ultimate that counters Genji. If you have anything, any, I don't know, a hammer down that's well placed, then you have a chance. Winston, would that really kill the Genji though? That would kind of just keep you alive. You can tell by the fact I can't even think of one that it's like, it's been a long time since I played Overwatch. But, yeah, like, there's just less pressure, I guess. I said I didn't have any thoughts on it. Oh, yeah. On the Teal album, I'm looking more forward to the Black album. I know TF2 isn't a movement FPS. Can you talk about the unique forms? Okay, so this is literally the last thing I have in my doc, and that's why I didn't talk about Team Fortress 2. I just made like the one-off joke. I mean, I feel like the people that watch my videos could catch on that almost every mark I said in the video applies to TF2, you know? It gave something that the industry didn't have already. The other two things, I don't even remember the other ones, but it hit all the marks, and I've made so many videos talking about the deeper mechanics of TF2, especially its movement, that I just didn't want to, like, sit for another minute and, like, preach to the choir. I feel like all the people that know me already know about those things in TF2, and all the people that don't, I got 3 other videos they can watch that would cover it. I mean, if you want to know about specifically, like, the rocket jump in TF2 is, like, you know, a fundamental example of risk for reward. Sticky jumping, not only just, like, throwing a sticky on the ground and jumping, you can actually, you know, shoot a sticky upwards while you're flying, and if you have to perfectly aim it, but if you do, you can actually get a second sticky midair. I think, like, 2 years ago, I was on Horse with, like, Grizzly, or, like, Dane and Raja and all them, and we were just, like, playing Horse, right, where everyone had to, like, come up with something and everyone else had to do it. That was what I did, because I know fucking nobody else would be able to do that. I just made them sticky a second time in the air, and I was the only one that could do it, and I barely pulled it off. And I, like, know the game well. The game has a lot of that. It has a lot of those mechanics where it's just, like, you know, it's not surface level. Like, no matter how much time you put into learning it, you'll still have to keep practicing. There's a lot more. I'm sure there are more examples. You know, trimping, I think, would fall into that. I think, like, you could argue, like, detonator jumping would also fall into that. Most classes have something. As heavy, you can fucking punch a exploding pumpkin to get on the second floor of 2 Fort. On the Halloween 2 Fort. Literally every class has something that they can do. But, like, yeah. That's why I didn't mention the video. It would seem redundant. You've been making these good videos and putting them on your second channel. If you put them on your main, you could get way more views. It's not about views for me. I just want to I want to make videos I'm proud of. The main channel isn't, it's I don't know. I want that to be an example of all my best work with no filler. That's why, like, FUNKe TV goes on the second channel. Just because, like, yeah, like, if I put a bit of editing into the high score video, I could probably put it on my main channel and nobody would complain. But as a creator, I can tell the difference between the two, and that's kind of why. You're gonna make a video about movement for third person? You want to know another reason I didn't mention third person shooters? Because there's I'd have to mention I'd have to mention some other games, and I didn't want to, like, expand. I don't want to cover so many topics. There's a lot of third-person shooters with movement mechanics that are interesting, but I'm not really in a position to talk about them because I don't really play them enough to It's the same thing as Titanfall and Warframe, you know. I don't want to talk on behalf of games I don't know much about. Pretty much any game I don't mention in these kinds of videos, it's because of that. It's because I didn't feel like, you know, and obviously I can like do my research, but if I don't think it's like necessary, then or if I think it like bloats the point of the video, then I don't go for that. You neglected to mention the 2005 Battlefront 2 and its amazing space combat. I didn't even know about that. Actually, no, I knew about Battlefront, but I didn't play it, so I guess same thing. Aren't there like COD games that came out that utilize movement more? One of my friends like gave me shit where he's like, I feel like you should have mentioned the newer COD games, and I was just like, I haven't played since Modern Warfare 3, so I got no horse in that race. Okay, credit where credit's due. Like, Fortnite has some cool movement mechanics. Like, I don't play the game, but whenever I see people doing like what is it, like the four-wheeler in the air, or using like the ice skating or the shadow thing, those look fun. I can see why like that's appealing. It's just like I don't need to mention that in my video. I don't feel like it's off point. I was mostly just talking about like arena shooters. I had a whole part about Tribes Ascend too, but I cut that just because it's like, it's not a modern game. I wasn't even around during its heyday, and I know how Tribes Ascend fans are. Like, they'll rain hell on you if you say the wrong thing. So I was just like, I'll just throw in like a tiny joke about it. You gonna make a video about movement for 2D platformers? I don't plan on it. I kind of wanted to make a funk study on Celeste, or I guess I already made a video on Celeste, but it wasn't a study. But I don't plan on it. But I don't know, maybe someday. Half-Life 1 though. There are some people asking why I didn't mention like CS:GO in the video, and the reason I didn't do that was because CS:GO has b-hopping, right? Or formerly had b-hopping. I don't know if CS:GO has it now, but like CS has had like movement mechanics. We can like stand on people's heads and maybe like jump a certain way, but those aren't really like movement mechanics in the same way something like I don't know, like a wall climb is. That's more unintentional. Door stuck. Backwards b-hopping. Thanks, Painted. That's kind of why I didn't really mention any Source games. Is because like that's only technically a movement mechanic. The game isn't designed that way. It's just the engine happens to work that way. So it didn't really like, it didn't make sense to mention it because it wasn't an intentional design. I mean, I guess technically it might be an intentional design because on their newer games, it's not like they patch it out, but I don't know. It just seemed out of place. Yeah, loose cannon jumping would fit into that. But like I said before, I didn't mention TF2 in it just because I feel like most people, you know, get the idea. They know my roots. They know where I come from. They know how I feel. I love TF2's movement, but it's like, honestly, it's not like I could even say anything about TF2 that I don't cover in the rest of the video about like Quake. You know, it's the same principles. You know, letting your game's movement engine mechanics stay. For your modding video, I don't recall you mentioning the original Doom. In what context are you bringing that up? I wasn't saying I did. If you're saying I should have, then yeah. There's a lot of like, I've seen the WODs. Those are really cool. There's a couple. It's the same thing. Like, you know, I'm sitting here and talking about shit I should have said in the movement shooter video. There's a whole separate list for stuff I should have talked about in modding. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, but there was some Blizzard game that spawned Dota, right? Or like, there's some engine which spawned that, which was like notorious for spawning a lot of like MOBA type games. Warcraft 3, that, yeah. Warcraft 3 like had a big modding scene, I believe, which I was informed of after the video. Or Warcraft, I guess. Which, as you can see, the reason I didn't mention it was because I wasn't familiar with that. If I could like go back and remake the video, I would definitely talk about Warcraft after like doing my research. Did you know dogs can't operate operate MRI machines, but CAT scan. Slash timeout Blues Brothers 33 for 33 seconds. There you go. Have you tried Halo 5? When did it come out? I don't think so. The last Halo... I can't even tell you the last Halo game I played. I want to say like Halo 3 or something. I played hella Combat Evolved, Halo 1 and 2 a lot. But I think like after that I kind of just fell out of the Halo. I don't even have like an Xbox now. I have a PS4 and a Switch. You know, like at the beginning of last year, or I guess midway through, I was kind of like having that Xbox One or PS4. There's no reason to get the Xbox. I don't have friends that I need to play it on with, so. StarCraft 2 has a large modding scene. Yeah. StarCraft 2 definitely would have a place in that too. Complete the modding alignment chart. I had a lot of people asking, like, there were people like mad at me where they're like, it makes me mad you didn't finish the alignment chart. But I didn't want to sit there and like chaotic evil, neutral evil, lawful evil. Like, if you're being honest, there's not everything falls into a category, and I'm not gonna try and brute force a category. That's kind of like, I feel like that's my sweet spot with videos though. I like making videos where people go, I wish you would have talked about that a bit more. Because like a few years back, what would happen is I'd look back on my videos and I'm like, I fucking droned on. I would talk about shit way too long. So I kind of over adjusted. And now I'm at a point where it's like, I probably should have talked about that more. So like, I will agree that there's a balance to find. And I could probably get away with talking or with elaborating a bit more. But with the alignment chart, I didn't think it was constructive to fill it out. I feel like that would just confuse people. You know, like, if I was going to sit there and try to figure out who the lawful neutral is, like, at the end of the... Is anything constructive going to come out of that? Battlefront 2 has a very active modding scene. You should stream it. Hey, if it has an active scene, then I'm always open to playing it. If there was another movement-based shooter, should it be modern or futuristic? So, I don't know how to answer this, because okay, here's the thing. I want a modern, like, movement shooter. Okay, well, first let me say, there was someone that commented that said that they like, work in a little developer team, and they, like, all of their ideas were just like mine, but the rest of his team wasn't. He wanted to make a first-person shooter that utilized, like, you know, wall riding and wall climbing. And I thought that was an awesome idea. Imagine, like, a shooter mixed with, like, Jet Set Radio or, like, Tony Hawk or something. Like, what if you had a game fundamentally balanced around kind of like Lucio-type characters? I think that would be cool. In terms of, like, aesthetic, I kind of wish some stuff would get more inspiration from TF2. If anyone that knows TF2, you know that, like, a lot of it is, okay, Titanfall 2. Well, now you see why I didn't talk about it in the video. But now I regret not having played it. But I wish more things would take from TF2, Team Fortress 2, let me say. Because, like, you know how everything's broken down in that game? You know how the force of nature, or no, you know how the soda popper is just a fixed up force of nature visually? You know how the degreaser is just like literally like a grease burner that he made into a flamethrower? I want, like, more, like, jerry-rigged games like that. It doesn't need to be sci-fi. It doesn't need to... I guess that's kind of, like, post-apocalyptic. But, like, I just sort of like the hillbilly, redneck kind of, you know, jerry-rigged gunplay. I like that aesthetic. I guess Borderlands sort of falls into that, but Borderlands doesn't really fall into the arena shooter category, which is why I wouldn't really count it. I played TFC, but not, like, in its heyday. Like, not when it was the only option. I've gone back and played TFC. It's one of the games I'll, like, go back and just look in my free time. Or, like, play in my free time. You're looking for BL2? There are plenty of games that I don't have experience with in the genre that absolutely deserve to have a light shined on them. But again, I just I don't feel comfortable misrepresenting games. They're like early on when I started doing like the TF2 essays, if you want to call them. There were a couple of points that I like severely misrepresented or I said wrong, and it really pushed me away from trying to talk about stuff I don't think I can. So, shit like Titanfall 2, I think if I pick it up and learn about it, you'll hear more about it from me. But for now, gloss over it. Thought of doing a video on character action games. Character action? Do you mean like QuickTime? What do you mean by character action? I'm curious by that. A podcast? Kind of. Technically a podcast. Smash Melee? There are people in the comments of the movement shooter video that are like, this applies to Melee. You should have mentioned Melee or like Smash. And I'm like, how does that even like, you are bridging a gap there. Like, I get what you're saying. Like, movement is important to the game, but like, I feel like you're stretching. Like, you just want me to talk about a game you like. Which I'm fine with, but I'm not gonna ham-fist it. Have you played the original Quake? I played Quake Live, and I think I briefly touched Quake 3, but not like Quake 1. I've listened to Joe Rogan talk about Quake a lot, so that's kind of the closest impression I have. But most of mine comes from Quake Live and a little bit of 3. I feel like the webcam should be full screen. Just because you said that, I'm making it twice as small. Pray I don't make it further smaller. Joe Rogan boomer. The original Quake was a good game? Oh, I'm sure. See, like, that's another thing. With going into this video, I know that there's a super diehard scene of, like, movement shooter fans, and it's the same as any core community. If you say the wrong thing, then you're gonna get shit for it. So I tried to play it really, like, I tried to really do my research, and I feel like I did a good job. It got posted on the Quake Champions subreddit, and there were a lot of people talking about it. And there was one guy that, like, he's like, I respectfully disagree with everything this guy said, and he listed out my points, but he said that he agreed with all of them. Like, he said, there was one thing where, like, I was talking about rocket jumping, right? Where he's like, yeah, like, he said that you lose health when you jump in Quake Champions, but that's because it's risk for reward. And I was just thinking, like, that was my point. Did he think that I was saying that was a negative? My point was... So I, like, responded. I'm like, hey, man, I actually agree with you on a lot of this. And we had a respectful discussion. It seems like we're on the same wavelength. I just thought it was funny. It's stuff like that that makes me, like... That's, like... Usually that's just a matter of articulation. I don't even think it's a Reddit thing. I think it's, like... I actually... like hearing people say stuff like that because it makes me think, well, how could I have worded it to avoid that situation? Like, truthfully, I could have, like, used the term risk for reward in that, and it probably would have avoided confusion. But it is still, it's funny to see, like, the miscommunication sometimes. Are you going to make a video made ask questions stream? That's kind of what this is, isn't it? I mean, usually with every video I put out, there's a bunch of, like, afterthoughts I have. So generally I'll just do it, like, when I'm streaming. But honestly, just doing, like, a chatting format is probably a lot more constructive. You did catch some attention with the move video, Rocket Jump Ninja. Yeah, I saw that. I'm just happy people liked it. My thing isn't about, like, exposure or, like, you know, being, I don't know. I don't want to, like, say the wrong stuff. I don't want to, like, be factually incorrect. So if I feel like I did that, then we're good. So I'm glad, like, Quake people at least see where I'm coming from. But yeah, like, here's the thing. I was talking to Voltroid about it the other day, and she brought up, like, why do we only like games that die? Why do we only like the movement shooters that are doomed to die, like, seconds after they come out? And I kind of realized, I think Team Fortress 2 is a gateway drug. I know that's a bit of, like, a claim, but I've concluded. I got into Team Fortress 2, and it like, provided me, like, how do I word this? It got me into this type of game that requires so much, like, mechanical complexity, not to throw around that term for the 10,000th time, but, like, it just made me want to play more games like it, and that's why I ended up playing Dirty Bomb, you know, Quake Champions, even, like, Quake Live. I think I picked up pretty early on after getting into TF2. Like, I think it's just interesting. I think it's just, like, a taste thing. Like, there are a lot of, I don't know, it's like, movement shooters aren't a super popularized genre, and I think that's just because it resonates with a small but dedicated portion of people. So it's really, it's like, it's like meth. You, like, people that haven't tried it aren't into it, but try it once and you're stuck. Don't do meth, I guess, is the takeaway from that. What do you do with a drunken sailor? I don't know the rest of the song. Doesn't the Super Bowl start in, like, 2 days? I bring that up because that reminded me of the SpongeBob meme. I like the teabag reference. Oh yeah, I was proud of that clip. I had to snip a lot of clips down, but
Take him to AA.
90% of, like, the clips I used in the video were just in Dirty Bomb. In Dirty Bomb, it's either super hardcore players or the people that heard about it and picked it up and have never played a game like it. Like, I would just walk up to people in Dirty Bomb and just stare them in the, like, the back of the head, wait for them to turn around and shoot them. Like, I played, like, I might be able to check how many hours of Dirty Bomb I played the last 2 weeks. Probably like 10 or 20, maybe a little less, like 10-ish. And, you know, 8 of those were just standing, like, walking up to players and waiting for them to turn around. I don't remember if I used a clip. I think I used it, like, but it was, like, black and white. I just sat next to a spawn in Dirty Bomb as, like, the minigun guy. And I was just mowing down fucking people for 2 minutes straight. They would spawn, try to kill. I wish I could have shown the full clip because it is the stupidest shit. So the spawn point is like this little, like, it's like this little, like, anchor place or whatever. So, like, there's the big garage door and then 2 little side corners you hide in. I would go to one, mow everyone down when they spawn. I'd walk to the other side of the hangar, and I'd wait for them to spawn. They'd look at the other side, and then I'd just mow them down. And I just keep going side to side, and they could never follow where I was. I collected so many fucking stupid clips during Dirty Bomb. Honestly, I could probably go back and make a FUNKe video out of them, but I doubt I will. Also, thanks, punk ass. Go to AA. Do you think they'll perform Sweet Victory? Didn't Maroon 5, like, pretty much confirm that they will? Like, they've been tweeting about it. It's gonna happen. I'm a little worried about it because the I don't know, like, my music terminology too well, but I think the original Sweet Victory singer was, like, baritone, and the Maroon 5 singer is a tenor. So, like, his voice isn't really in the range of the song, and I'm curious how he's gonna do it. Are they gonna, like, transpose it up, or is he gonna, like, does he have the range to do it? I guess my point is it'll either be a disaster or it'll be great. Either way, I'm interested. I didn't diss Titanfall 2. I pretty much was completely neutral on it. I mean, they'll probably see, like, it's easier to sing lower though. So, like, you kind of, like, if you sing it at all, I guess if it's in his range, it doesn't matter. It'll be interesting to watch. That's all I can say. I don't know when it is. It's an EA game. Yeah. When will the baby winged heavy be a returning character? I shot the baby winged heavy. He's dead. He's not coming back. Also, that was just supposed to be like a viewer stand-in. So, Maybe I'll like use the baby scout model next time. I'm a professional singer. Can you repeat the question? It wasn't really a question. Don't worry. I've heard great things about Titanfall, and I like what I've seen of it, and like what little I've played of it. Like I enjoyed, but I've never really sat down and fully picked it up. Maybe one day. I mean, that's pretty much everything I wanted to say about movement shooters. So, I'm gonna close my Google Doc there. That was all. Those were like, I want to call it a post-mortem on the video. Just airing out my post-video thoughts. Just because, I don't know, I have fun discussing stuff like this, but I guess I could take that down too. How long has it been? I feel like it's been like 20 minutes, but I don't know. Unless people have like throw me questions. 47 minutes. Is it 47 minutes? I thought it was like 15. Shit. Gungeon, please. I don't know. I don't want to say I don't feel like playing Gungeon, but I don't feel. Oh, and I have to relog into Steam, which means I'd have to get my phone and do the... Does anyone else feel like we're at a point with technology where you just don't want to log in because of the amount of two-factor? Like, I enjoy having a bit of extra security on my accounts, but there are days where it's just like, I'm not even going to log into Steam. I'm not even going to log into, like, Twitter. Because I don't fucking feel like getting my phone and trying to fucking type that shit in. Especially with Steam, because opening that shit... I hate the Steam mobile. It's such a fuck... There's like a widget you can use just to get the code, and I had to start doing that just because I was so sick of opening the actual mobile. Play Gungeon, then Nuclear Throne. You're not a very good negotiator. You're just trying to get me to do twice as much. That's why I'm not playing Gungeon, because I don't want a two-factor login. It's too annoying. If I had already done it, it would have already been done. Look up QC Doom Edition. Why not? I'm curious on this. QCDE, I assume is what you're referring to? Oh shit, that was like 2 weeks ago. Hold on, let me see if I can get this pulled up. Favorite type of movement? Either... Well... I don't know if you count surfing as a type of movement, but like, I need to grab a... Shit, I don't have the... Okay. I like surfing mechanics, I guess. I like wall riding type stuff. There's not really been a game that's utilized surfing, I feel like, which I'm a little upset about. But I want... That's my favorite. This is QCDE. Did they, like, actually recreate it? Oh, I'm so sad I didn't know about this. But I guess I'm happy now. Minecraft. Look. QCDE. That's cool. Wait, is there online? There must be. Dude, if I ever do like a modding video too, that's getting mentioned. I'll make a video about movement shooters and modding. It'll be a double sequel. You can play Quake 4. It's basically a higher res version of this. I mean, I can, but like, respect where respect's due. Like, that's fucking cool. I want to like read the info about that. Yeah, I guess it's just like a community made like full mod. What's your favorite game genre? I mean, I feel like the movement shooter is sort of an obvious first for me. Well, actually, I don't know if I'd call movement shooters my first favorite. It's definitely in the top 3. I'd probably say like third-person platformers are like high up there. JRPGs, a good JRPG can make its way into my top 5. A bad JRPG isn't even in like my top 20. Any horror games? What, like that I recommend? There have been very few games that can like really scare me, I guess. I've liked what I played of the Resident Evil series. I still haven't played 2, but I played 1 and 7, which I really liked. I can finally get to playing Hollow Knight. I want to come back to Hollow Knight, but I don't know. Hollow Knight's such a commitment game, and I'm so bad at commitment games. So, like, I don't want to pick it up until I know I can finish it. Did you try Halo Online when it came out? I know you can't really stream it without Microsoft laying down big dick of the law, but I was just wondering. No, I didn't. I like kept my eyes on it, but I've been mostly hands off with it. Subnautica is that's an expansion. I thought Below Zero was like a sequel. I don't know if it was leaked gameplay or like actually out, but like I saw the Below Zero gameplay and like I'm on board with it. I like Subnautica. I ran into a lot of bugs, but they were like the funny kind of bugs. Like the ones that you like finding, not the game ending ones. You know what time the season starts tomorrow? It should be like 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock ET on the dot. The gameplay was of the leaked stuff? Okay. That's what I assumed. I just couldn't remember. I've not played Warframe, but I've heard a lot of people have chimed in about Warframe, and I acknowledge it, but I have not played it. Do you expect Valentine's chocolate? Not really. I mean, if I do, I'm going to call the cops because I don't know who's giving me it. RuneScape is my favorite shooter. Dude, I don't regret it, but maybe like a month or 2 back, I just got bored, so I started like grinding my mage in old school RuneScape by using, I can't even remember what it was called. You use like curse or bind or whatever, and you reuse it on that locked up demon in the tower. In what is it? Draenor Village. I spent like 10 hours just sitting there casting spells on an NPC. And it made me realize how like sedentary my lifestyle is. I haven't done it in like a month, so I'm off of that. Plus I leveled up high enough I could do other stuff. I started like alking. What's with the minimalist bomby icons at the top left of the videos? I just added them onto like... Well, I mean, why is just because I wanted like a bit of... What's the word for it? I don't know. It's just like a stamp. It's just like a stamp so people know it's my video, I guess. It was minimalist because I didn't want it to be a giant fucking bomby like I do on FUNKe. As for why, I don't know. I feel like my channel has like different phases, like 2017 onwards. There's a lot more focus on scripted content, and I figured marking the thumbnails as such would help sort of differentiate that. It's sort of like, I don't know, it's sort of a surface level thing, but I just figured it added a bit of authenticity. It kind of helps avoid people going, oh, he makes TF2 live commentaries. If you see, like, I got a little, like a mark of approval. Those are like my quality assurance. That's what I think. I call it like my stamp of approval. That if I put that on a video, it's like I'm proud of this. I'm proud of some of my old videos too, but like, you know, I'm not gonna try and compare the duck video to Death of an Art Style, you know. Can you make a Minecraft parody? Can you unsubscribe? Can you make your face cam smaller? Sure. If I can select it. There we go. It's still just chatting. I'm still here. Sniper bowling. I went back and unlisted like, I think 20 or 30 videos that were just like, They're just like full live commentaries. I put like a playlist of them together because I know some people still like them. But, you know, if I'm being honest, sniper bowling and the Duck Journal video aren't really things I want, like, people to, like, click on because it's recommended and go, oh, this is what he does? I'm good. The playlist is, like, on my channel. If you just go to the playlist tab, it's, like, the first thing. React to your old videos? I'm not really into that idea. My old videos are, like... How do I say cringy without using the word cringy? Missing out on ad revenue. Yeah, clearly. Giving Sniper is my favorite. I don't think I unlisted that. I think that and Taking Sniper are still up. I didn't get rid of, like, every commentary. I left up, like, I left up most of them. It's just, like, you know, the update discussion videos that aren't, that are factually outdated now. I was like, yeah. Into the Spider-Verse was like... It was... Grazie. It was good. You unlisted Groan Zone? Yeah, I think I did. It's a great video. But, again, a little... How do you say cringy without using the word cringy? For me, at least. I know some people still like the videos, but... You unlisted the Time Machine? The Time Machine video is literally a Twitch advertisement. It's a fresh meme. I'm proud of it. I will never delete it. It's probably my best video. But it was, again, factually outdated. Plus with the mixtape out. I didn't need any more comments about that. Are you gonna do another Radcast when the Black Album comes out? That's a good question. I don't even... It's been so long, it hasn't even crossed my mind. I could probably, like, convince Sinister to jump into a call with me. Just so we can fucking rip apart the Black Album. Sure. Okay, I enlisted the Q&A video, but that's because it's literally outdated. Like, that one... That was unlisted since before then. Literally, like... 90% of my answers in that. I've been thinking about doing another Q&A on, like, my Reddit, because it doesn't get used for anything, and that would at least give it, like, one... At least, like, people wouldn't go to the old Q&As that are pretty much gone now. That's why the old one is, unlisted, though. You have a Reddit? Technically, yes. I didn't make it, but... I'll check in on it. No pressure to play Nuclear Throne. Oh, yeah. That's why I won't do the Radcast, because the first thing he'll tell me is to play Nuclear Throne with him. I can still see the webcam. I think there's an issue. I don't think there's anything I can do about it. It's just there. Yeah, it's all in the playlist. By character action games, I meant like hack and slash, like Revengeance, Devil May Cry. I think that's in my top 10. Revengeance is like one of my favorite games of all time. When I played Devil May Cry, it brought me back to when I first played Revengeance. It was nostalgic almost in a way for me. What was that one game someone really wants me to play? Darksiders, which I think falls into that. I probably should. But yeah, hack and slashes are up there for me. It's just like, I don't know, I feel like hack and slashes are more fun. They're not as fun stream games unless the content of the game, like if it's as memey as Revengeance, it's good. But Devil May Cry, it's just sort of like, I don't know. It's a fun, like, cool, like, relaxation game. Darkest Dungeon, I have not played. Jump Force is going to have a JoJo? Citation needed, my dude. Don't go saying shit like that without citations. Stretch out the webcam and make it the background. It has Dio and Jotaro. I don't... Citation needed. I don't have water. I literally only have, like a little bit of hot coffee. I'm sorry, hot chocolate. That's all I have. I don't have any water. Although I can feel my voice is hoarse. Red alert. Go to the store for water. Or water. Okay. Oh. There's a little bit of H2O in there. Is this actually like I figured you were bullshitting me. Oh my. Should I show that on stream? I don't know if people would be upset with Jump Force spoilers. I guess that's not really a spoiler. It's on the fucking latest issue of Weekly Jump. It's about damn time. Oh, do we get to see like a Light Yagami too? This is what was posted. For those that don't know, Jump Force is like Anime Smash. And everyone has been shitposting hard on their YouTube to add a JoJo. And bruh. Alright. I wasn't sure if I'd even buy it, but now this and Yami Yugi, everyone is here. Waluigi's gonna be in Jump Force. Alright, I'm officially out. I listened to the new King Giz song. I liked it, but I will admit it. I don't think it's something I'd put on more than a few times. Like, usually, like with King Gizzard, their songs immediately go in my playlist. But I'm almost not certain about this one. I like it, but it almost seems like a one-off. You know? I'm still looking forward to, like, their albums. I like the sound. I like the little solo, if you want to call it that, they have. But, I don't know, it's almost like too like, 80s for me. Any particular stuff you'd recommend by Roswell Kid? Oh yeah, I'm way into Roswell Kid. Hold on, let me get like their list up. I love them, but I don't have like a memory bank. Precious Art, their newest album, is legitimately probably my favorite. Like, there's a lot of great tracks on that. Too Shabby. I mean, they don't have too large of a discography, so it won't take you long if you want to listen to them. I would go, like, newest to oldest, honestly. And then maybe check out Good Graphics, their EP, after that. They're good, though. Are there any podcasts/YouTubers you're watching right now? I've been watching a lot of Hot Ones recently. Last night I watched the DJ Khaled Hot Ones, and it was probably the funniest shit I've ever seen. Because So, for those that don't know, Hot Ones is like... They get like celebrities on and they eat 10 different levels of like hot wings, right? and like pretty much everyone makes it through it. DJ Khaled, I almost don't even want to spoil it. If you don't like, I recommend watching it first, but I'll give you like a rundown. DJ Khaled gets to the fucking third wing, which isn't even hot. Then he like, he taps out, says, "I'm not gonna eat any more of this." But even better, he starts making excuses. He starts insulting the host. He starts like, he's like, this is a terrible influence to the kids. This is bad for your body. And I love that Sean Evans just doesn't care. He's like, DJ Khaled literally starts going, "This is bad for your body. You shouldn't be teaching kids to do this." But the best part is, less than a minute after he taps out, Sean Evans is like, "What do you say to the people that think you're just a guy who's like, have you ever taken an L?" And DJ Khaled goes, "I don't ever take an L." 50 seconds after he quit eating the wings. If you don't watch Hot Ones and you're only ever gonna watch one, watch the DJ Khaled one. It's Sean Evans sees through all of his bullshit. And he doesn't even, like, write him on it. He's just like, DJ, yeah, I bet. Yeah, you can link it. Other things, I mean, I've been watching... I haven't really been listening to podcasts. I've been a lot, like... I mean, I could go through my list of YouTubers I love watching, but... I almost feel like it would just be, like, pretentious at that point, because I talk about them so much. But, like, I've watched a lot of Shammy... Nakey Jakey. Captain Christian is probably like my favorite YouTuber, period. There's someone that made like I actually want to look it up. It's like an upcoming channel. They made like the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, talking about the development of it. But Good Blood. They talked about subtext in Ocarina of Time. They do a lot of like, I would call it sort of essay, almost like documentary format. Good Blood's a really good one too. And they're not even that big. They're gonna get it though. Fix your cam, it looks green. Oh no, this is my natural skin color. I promised Darksider September of last year. And yet here you are still asking. Can you turn your cam upside down? Sure. Look at that, it's upside down now.
Need money? Huh.
Huh, indeed. Thanks, Vijar. Down under. My favorite memes are like all the likes on YouTube Rewind are Australians disliking it. Your Fighter Z vid showed up in my recommended, and I love your stuff. Right on. I tried to work on that. I think there are a couple of things, like, same as like all my other videos, there's like stuff that I wish I would have talked about. But I was proud of the Fighter Z one. Which, by the way, they did announce Videl and the Great Saiyaman as like an assist. And that's so weird. But I like it. Videl's a top tier character. Too bad she got she got turned into generic housewife after her one arc. And Jiren, although I honestly didn't really care about Jiren that much, to be honest. I mean, I didn't even finish the tournament arc. I just got like so burnt out on Super by that point. And it doesn't seem like Jiren has very many layers to his character. But, I don't know. Additions are welcome. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the Broly in Fighter Z is the non-canon Broly, right? That's like the old Broly. He doesn't have the same neck thing. And he like doesn't have the scar and all that. That's kind of weird, isn't it? Like, do you think that they heard that like the Broly movie was getting made, so they added that Broly to like gauge out response to see how hyped people would be? And are they gonna add the new Broly? We will have the new Broly? Okay. Because I honestly like the new Broly design more. That's like my theory. I think that they added Broly to Fighter Z intentionally to like feel out response, to see how hyped people would be. Because like if nobody cared or everyone hated it, then they probably would have like 86 the movie. But I'm glad they didn't. When did you start watching anime? I mean, I watched Naruto when it came to the States, like, day one. I watched Pokemon when it started. I've gone back, like, recently to, like, just look at the original Naruto dub to see. And, oh, shit, it's fucking corny. Like, it almost, you take for granted how, like, good dubs are now when you look back. It's not, like, the worst. And there's definitely an appeal to it, but, like, going back and trying to watch the original dub, it's like, how the fuck did this catch on? But yeah, I watched the original Naruto. Literally, when I was like 11, I would trace Naruto posters and then tell my mom I drew them. And like to this day, my mom will like remind me. She's like, dude, you used to be such a great drawer. You used to draw all of these like anime things. And I still haven't told her that I traced them. So she just thinks I'm like an amazing artist. Keep in mind, I drew my own stuff too, which she also like thought was good. But like, there were definitely some I did not draw. Like I want to say that she knows that they were traced because she's seen my newer drawings. And I know how to draw, but I don't fucking know how to draw. I know how to doodle. Anyways, that's like the skeleton in my closet. I trace to my parents. Did she not connect the dots when she saw the disparity? I don't know. She probably just like, it probably just didn't want to like get my feelings hurt. She probably knew like when I showed it that it was traced. But she just wanted me to like keep pursuing a creative hobby, honestly. Maybe that's why she thought you were gay. What is being able to draw a homosexual trait now? I missed that article. Have you been watching Sun and Moon anime? No. I watched like the first few episodes, but then I dipped out. Ever thought of a Funk Watches anime stream? Dude, if I was allowed to stream like shows or movies on Twitch, I wouldn't hesitate to do movie nights, but I can't. I think technically, well, not technically, I could like go to a shady website and stream and then like put it on my Discord, but I don't know about that. I don't know if like that can get traced back to me and then they'll ban me on Twitch. If the rules ever change, I won't hesitate. Well, yeah, public domain is fair game, but how many like modern animes are public domain? Maybe I could watch like, what's that? Astro Boy, maybe. Use Rabbit. I'll look into it. Yeah, I could watch some Charlie Chaplin, but not right now. Hit me up if you need piracy tips, dude. Dude, do you think like when I was 15 editing with Sony Vegas, I own Sony Vegas now. Let's just say that. I own Sony Vegas now. On an unrelated note, I get around the block. I know how to find things. Completely irrelevant to the previous conversation. I appreciate the offer though. I can finally watch that 3D anime. Yeah, I've been holding off on it. I've been watching, like... I've been missing out on watching anime because I've been watching DJ Khaled on Hot Ones. That's why. Him and Hannibal Buress. You know what? Gun friend, you just reminded me I own Sea of Thieves. I got it when it came out, and I thought it was just, like, okay. But, like, I thought it was lacking in content, and I figured I'd wait. And it seems like it has content now. Maybe not like what it needs, but it has more. But I just forgot. I had it. So I have Sea of Thieves. I'll have to download it one day and try. You just need friends. Never mind. I'll just watch a stream of it. When was the last time you played Fighter Z? I mean, like in my own free time, maybe 3 weeks ago. Like, I played it a lot when I was making the video, and for a week or two after that, I kept playing it, but my gaming habits go in like, waves. Like, I have games that I'll play for a few weeks. I almost said a woo weeks. And, most recent, I mean, I guess I've been playing Bloodborne, but I haven't really been playing any game. Nothing's been eating up all my time. I've still not played any Monster Hunter game, but I saw that you can get a Dante skin in Monster Hunter World, right? Or like whatever the newest Monster Hunter is. That kind of almost convinced me to start playing it, honestly. That's how vapid I am. Oh, I can dress up as Dante from Devil May Cry? I'm in. I'm sorry, but the Bloodborne streams are boring. That's fine. You don't have to watch them. I stream other stuff too. I play Bloodborne because I enjoy playing it. But I also can acknowledge that it's a much more lax stream. I don't really want to play White 2. I'd kind of rather play, like, X or Y first. And then maybe come back to it. I saw a Sea of Thieves stream where battles are kind of unbalanced towards the victor. It wouldn't surprise me to learn that there's still a lot of big issues with it, but I haven't kept up. Alright. How long has the stream been going? I don't have, like, a counter. I'm gonna guess, like, an hour and 15 minutes, right? I can't get my capture card working, so I can't play Smash. I could probably get it working, but I don't want to sit here and try to... Hey, I exactly guessed it. The Monster Hunter Devil May Cry event has DMC1 outfit. Okay. Alright. I mean, I think the next game I'm going to start is either Animal Crossing New Leaf, or I'm almost contemplating whether or not I pick up RE2. Just because I got so swamped trying to finish this video this week that I totally dropped all of my thoughts about like what I'm streaming. But usually I'll take like the week after I get a video done to get my stream stuff scheduled out, and then like after that I can start working on the next video. So I'll get it planned out soon. Play Smash Flash. Sleeping stream? My bed is literally like 2 feet away, so I could. I like the concept of roguelikes, but there are only a handful that have managed to keep me for a long amount of time. Binding of Isaac is the one that's kept me coming back the most. I played a lot of Nuclear Throne years ago, but I haven't really touched it in a long time. What was that one game where you like let me look it up. It was like the pixel-based. I can't even open my Steam because I have to log in. There've been a couple that I liked. Wizard of Legend, no, I have not played. Not Dead Cells. I like Dead Cells, but that's not what I'm referring to. It was like the one where it's like you go through a castle and you have different types of knights that you can play. I don't know. I like the roguelike genre, but it's probably not the one I most play. Rogue Legacy, yeah, that's it. I played Rogue Legacy when it was out. Happy Wheels. Use the 3DS emulator. Can you at least turn up the graphics? I would never use an emulator, Reggie. I don't know what these people are talking about, Reggie. I only play using my my 3DS, and I don't edit the hardware of my 3DS either, because that would be illegal. I just put a camera up to my screen, and it's really good quality. I don't know what you're talking about. Bloodstained was great, but would that count as roguelike? I guess kind of. That's more like Metroidvania than it is roguelike, though. I loved Bloodstained. I just don't know if I would call it that. How far did you get into Deponia? Not much further than the one stream I did of it, honestly. I liked it, but I don't know. Story-driven games for me, like point and clicks. I don't know. I don't have like the attention span for it. Yeah, this Just Chatting game is pretty cool. It's not illegal to mess with the hardware. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past Nintendo to argue that in a court of law, so. As far as the books go, I don't know what you're talking about. Would I do Nuclear Throne with Twitch integration and 60 FPS? I didn't even realize that I had Twitch integration. I'd be open to it. I'd be open to anything. You have a download for Demonetized? I mean, I don't have one on hand. You can just like... There are like websites where you can do YouTube to MP3. Or like download from SoundCloud extensions. By all means, go for it. Right now. I guess I could post one in like... I'll post one somewhere. But right now, I don't have one. Plan on doing that Skullgirl stream? Well, I plan on doing like a fighting game stream one day, but it just sort of fell through the cracks. Because I ended up getting preoccupied, I guess. Yeah, maybe. I played, what's the game before Fighter Z? Guilty Gear. I played a lot of Guilty Gear. And that actually had me coming back to it. So, I wonder if I could... dude, I need water. If only I had like a bot to remind me. If I could like somehow set up like viewer games of those fighting games, I'd do it. Guilty Gear main? May. The anchor girl. I want it on iTunes. I don't want to go through the steps to get it on iTunes. Maybe Spotify. iTunes. I don't want to jump through those hoops. No, I don't have Wiz. Okay, I get it, Bo. I get it. Alright. Yeah, my throat is like closing up here. I've talked about pretty much everything I wanted to about the video. I think I'm just gonna like call it, make it a short stream. I can't even close it because Streamlabs won't allow me to. Sorry I couldn't play the plant today. I'd planned on it, but I'm not gonna throw shit against a wall if it just falls off of it, you know. I'll make sure it's working before a stream and then play it later. There's obviously going to be a stream tomorrow, 6 o'clock. Minecraft will start. It'll probably just be Minecraft, unless, like, I get, like, peer pressured into playing something else, but, there should be one, well, there might be one on Saturday. My parents want to, like, grab dinner one night, and I'm trying to figure out when. So, it might end up being a Sunday stream instead, but I will definitely be streaming tomorrow. Hey, anytime, Pharrell. Please don't call me emo hair guy. Yeah, Minecraft sub only. Again, I'm going to start New Leaf, I think sometime next week. If I start Resident Evil 2... See, I almost, like, I've played too many, like, RE games, like, so many hours. If I do it, it's going to be, like, all in one stream. Like, it's not going to be a multi-stream, it's going to be, like, a single 10-hour stream. Actually, no, the game's probably too long for that. I'll be streaming. That's all you need to know. The next video will probably be in, like, a month. I'm not holding myself to a once-a-month schedule, but my mind is kind of around try to get one out around that, like, amount. But also, I just want to say that if you count the modding video, I have gotten a video out every month for the past 3 months. Technically, I had 2 out in December, but one was on, like, the 2nd, and the other was on the 27th. I count that as a month in between. So I'm not patting myself on the back here, but 2017 FUNKe is dead. 2019 FUNKe is a new man. Until he burns out and then stops halfway through the year. But until then, that's the end of the stream. Later.